Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗣𝗽𝗀𝘀𝘆 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Mark your Thursday calendars at 10 a.m. It is Raka Sudhakar Rao time, and we take a look at what is happening in Telangana. And let's first welcome our guest of the day, Raka Sudhakar Garu. Raka Garu, Namaskaram. Welcome to 𝗣𝗽𝗀𝘀𝘆 channel. How are you, sir?
Namaste, sir. Namaste. I'm doing fine, sir. Thank you so much. How about you, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And viewers, last time we had Sri Raka Sudhakar Rao Garu on our channel. We looked at Andhra Pradesh, Polavaram, and the challenges facing Chandrababu Naidu. Today, we are going to look at the adjoining state or the neighboring state, Telangana. The impressive performance that BJP had put up. They got the same number of seats, 8, as the ruling party Congress did, with one going to, of course, you know who. And even that, they put the scare of God, or I should say scare of Allah, in Mr. Owaisi's heart. So this is for the first time, I'm told, he actually canvassed door to door. He had never done that before. So somewhere along the line, the riot act has been read. So that's all good, Raka Garu. So now let's take a quick look at, Revanth Annamalai. See, this is something I don't like. If you're a Reddy, you're a Reddy. Why do you want to drop off and say, now I am Revanth Annamalai? The same thing even DMK politicians do. This is all like, I don't understand. You are who you are. You should be like Rajinikanth, he doesn't have any wig when he goes out. On the camera, you see me in a different way, but in real life, this is me. You have to have that confidence. Anyway, who am I to tell them what it is? Sir, talk to us a little bit about the situation on the ground as far as Telangana is concerned. A couple of things that I'd like you to highlight on. Number one, there has been a video doing the rounds in social media where a farmer says that he is committing suicide because of what the Congress party did to him, and then he died. Unfortunately, this has been covered up. Second thing is this one fake video of Amit Shah saying that the reservations will go was allegedly leaked from Hyderabad, and again from Revanth's CMO's office or whatever, somewhere there, sir. We don't know exactly. Give us an update on that one also. But the floor is yours now, sir. Viewers, please like this video. Raka Garu is an excellent reader of the situation. You will see, you'll get the information like the way it is on the ground. Over to you, sir.
So basically, the problem with Revanth Reddy's government is it has promised things that it can never deliver, possibly. That's one of the biggest problems of Revanth Reddy. And all this thanks to that Sunil Kanugolu model of campaigning
Misgovernance,
and doling out promises. They have done it in Karnataka. They have replicated it in Andhra, Telangana also, and they try to replicate the same thing in states like Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. But the CMs there, the Congress leaders there, stood their ground and they opposed these doles. Of course, they paid in those states. They paid for their standing up. But then, as far as Telangana is concerned, it worked out, and the Congress came to power. But then the coffers are already empty. The treasury is totally bankrupt, and given this situation, there is no way that Revanth Reddy can redeem all those promises. So that's the problem he's facing. The RTC promise, the free ride for the women folk, is now eating into the vitals of the RTC, and the same way the Raitu Bandhu has not been given so far, and the much promised loan waiver of up to rupees 2 lakhs has also not been realized so far. So a lot of farmers are now disgruntled. Some of them are taking the extreme step of ending their lives because this loan waiver was one of the prominent promises that was given by the Congress party. So naturally, there is a groundswell of discontent. I do not say it will immediately get converted into votes. We don't really have local bodies anytime in future, local body elections. So there is no way of measuring this discontent and converting that into votes. But then the discontent is building against the Congress party. The job calendar, it did not come the same way. The farm related promises have not been actualized, and there are a lot of other issues that the government is on the back foot. They do not really have the wherewithal to fulfill those promises. So that's where the Revanth Reddy government stands as of now. And as far as the other, I'm sorry, issue that you said, apart from the farm discontent, there is discontent other way also within the Congress party over the distribution of plum posts, the corporation posts within the Congress, and there is a 𝗖𝙬𝙤𝘗 within the Congress over all these things. So naturally, the ride has been quite bumpy as of now.
Raka Garu, how true is the allegation that the entire expense of campaigning for the state assembly elections, which Revanth Reddy won, was bankrolled by D.K. Shivakumar, and in exchange, he got his man installed as the CM?
Well, there is no way of knowing that. There is no way of the money trail cannot be established. So this at best is, to me, this at best is a conjecture. And unless we have, just as in case of Goa, the ED and the CBI were able to establish the money trail from the liquor scam, and then how it was routed from Delhi to Goa elections, and how that 100 crore was transferred to the accounts in Goa. This has been established, and this has been part of the liquor case. But then, as far as this case is concerned, the Andhra Pradesh is concerned, a lot of things can be said, but they are at best conjectures, since we are unable to prove the money trails.
Raka Garu, the fake video that circulated and really scared the Dalits away from the BJP, this is what is believed. Again, it happened only in some states, which again makes you think that, wait a minute, how is it that it only affected some Dalits in some states and not all Dalits in all states? So that is something that I don't know the answer for. But basically, the allegations were somebody was arrested close to the CMO office of Revanth Reddy, I think. Talk to us a little bit about what happened there and where does it stand today?
In fact, during his election campaign, Amit Shah had categorically said that when the BJP comes to power, it will remove the Muslim reservations. The speech is available on the internet. It is an open source. But then the guys have cleverly removed the word Muslim from it and edited it in such a way that it is very clearly heard that if BJP comes to power, the reservations will be completely removed. And this video originated, according to the police complaint, it originated from Gandhi Bhavan, and Revanth Reddy is also implicated in that, because Revanth Reddy continues to be the PCC chief. The case against him is not as a chief minister of the state, but as the PCC chief, Pradesh Congress Committee chief. So since he is the boss of the Gandhi Bhavan, from where it is supposed to have emanated, naturally he's also in the dock, and this has wreaked havoc in states like Karnataka, in states like Uttar Pradesh, where the rival anti-BJP parties were able to take this message down to the booth and the grassroots level. This was possible in states like Uttar Pradesh, where the BJP did not have credible Dalit leadership, nor its allies have credible Dalit leadership, just as they have it in Bihar. Bihar, they had Jitan Ram Majhi, who's from the Mahadalit community, and also the Pashwans. So they were able to neutralize effect to a large extent in Bihar, though even in Bihar, the BJP has suffered the most compared to the other friendly parties in alliance there. So this has definitely wreaked havoc in UP, Karnataka, and parts of Rajasthan. Of course, in Rajasthan, there were other factors like the Adivasi factor as well as the Jat factor in play. But then this video that had originated, as per the police, from the Gandhi Bhavan, naturally was used in places like Uttar Pradesh, where the opposition parties, particularly the Samajwadi Party, had grassroots level organizational infrastructure. They could take this to the Dalit voters, and some of the Dalit communities that had voted for the BJP earlier were alarmed by this video, and they moved towards the Samajwadi Party and the Congress Party wherever the Congress had the candidate. So in other places, for example, in other places where people, the BJP could manage this situation locally. For instance, it did not work in Telangana. In Telangana, it did not work. It did not work in Andhra Pradesh. It had
Why?
partially worked in the Hyderabad, Karnataka region of Karnataka. Of course, Tamil Nadu BJP was swimming against the tide, and this has proved useful for the DMK. So this video, this single video has damaged the prospects of BJP in a big way in the just concluded 2024 elections. The case is now on, and the investigations are on to piece together all the links available and then connect the dots.
Also, viewers, the new set of criminal laws that have been introduced, Bharat Nyaya and things like that, these have a much stronger punishment for things like this. Unfortunately, that happened before these laws took effect. So that is one thing. Talk to us a little bit about how in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, this particular video, actually it originated from Telangana, it did not have that much of an impact. Why do you feel that, Raka Garu?
One major reason for this is the rising Hindutva sentiment and the pro-Modi sentiment that was working on the ground in Telangana. Telangana is a very interesting case. Of the 3 or 4 states where the Congress was in power, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, and of course Telangana, these were the 3 states where the Congress was in power. In Himachal Pradesh, it was a clean sweep. The BJP had won all the 4 seats. In Karnataka, the BJP was a major party, but then its prospects were significantly dented. It could not win the same number of seats that it could win in 2019. But when it came to Telangana, you would find that the voters here, Telangana, basically caste has never been a factor in Telangana. Even when Andhra Pradesh, there was United Andhra Pradesh, comprising of the residual Andhra Pradesh that we have today, the caste equations and all those social equations, they used to be at play in the coastal regions and, of course, the Rayalaseema region, but never as much in the Telangana region. Telangana region, uh, basically, the uh, caste-related issues have always been, political ideologies have been quite strong. This Telangana region was the hotbed of communism for a long time, starting from the Nizam era and beyond, and also the Naxal movement. So it drew leaders from all sections of the society. Same way, the TDP also managed to lure leaders from various communities, and the basic hierarchy, the political hierarchy, has not been disturbed in Telangana, even during the N.T. Ramarao regime. So that accounts for the lack of any significant role for this video in Telangana region. It did have impact in states like Uttar Pradesh, where the caste lines are more clearly drawn. The Dalit chunk, the Muslim chunk, the upper caste chunk, and the BC, OBC chunk. The battle lines have been more clearly drawn because of various sociological and political factors, and even historical factors in states like UP, Rajasthan, so on and so forth. But in Telangana region, caste hasn't been as powerful as it is in other parts of the country, particularly the neighboring Andhra Pradesh. So that is the reason why this video, though it emanated from Andhra Pradesh, sorry, Telangana, Hyderabad, according to police from Gandhi Bhavan, it did not really have any significant impact For example, 2 or 3 constituencies in Peddapalli, which is a reserved constituency, they were won by BJP. So this somehow did not work in Telangana, sir.
Question for you, Raka Garu. We titled this whole video as "Will Telangana be the next Odisha for the BJP?" And there are some similarities between the way the BJP has performed this time and the way BJP used to perform in Odisha. Draw the parallels for us and also tell us what, in your opinion, should the BJP do in order to come to power in Telangana. Over to you, sir.
So there's one interesting observation, though they cannot be compared that way. If you look at the 2019 political map post the Lok Sabha elections in 2019, you would find that the western part of Odisha, the Mayurbhanj and all those tribal areas, they were all with the BJP, and the coastal Odisha, which is the citadel of Odia culture, the Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Balasore, so on and so forth, these areas remained with the BJD. There was a clear differentiation between the western Odisha and the eastern Odisha. The coastal Odisha stood with the BJD. Same way, if you look at the political map of Telangana today, 2024, the western part of Telangana, I usually call this the Hindutva belt, though the word has not gained currency as much. But then this constitutes the Hindutva belt. Most of the pro-Hindutva movements start from places like Adilabad and spread up till Mahbubnagar, so on and so forth. So this western chunk has gone with the BJP, save the Zahirabad seat. Zahirabad is the only seat in the western Telangana that has gone for the Congress, but then the winning margin here is just 38 or 39,000 votes. So a little more effort from BJP, even Zahirabad would have landed in its lap. So this western part, like it was in 2019 Odisha, is solidly behind the BJP. It is the saffron belt. It is the Hindutva belt, if you like to call it that way. The eastern belt, which actually abuts the coastal Andhra Pradesh, the Andhra Pradesh state, it has solidly remained behind the Congress party. So, cartographic issues apart, there are a lot of similarities between Odisha and how Odisha shaped up. The BJP shaped itself up in Odisha, and the BJP has similar kind of opportunities as well as challenges here in the Telangana region. The BJP could win 8 seats. The Congress also won 8 seats. It's in a way, it's a drawn match, 8 and 8. The decider, the one other seat went for Asaduddin Owaisi, as always, because of the demographic factors and because of the deft electoral management that he has developed over the period of time. The Majlis is very rooted in the old city. That's a different story, but otherwise, it is 8 seats for BJP, it's 8 seats for Congress. The honors are equally shared between the two parties. But then there is a difference. BJP has a long way to go, because if you look at the statistics, you would find that the Congress, though it had won 8 seats, 5 of its candidates have won by more than 3 lakh majority. It had won 8 seats, but 5 of those 8 seats, the victory margin is above 3 lakhs. Particularly in places like Khammam and Nalgonda, they got humongous margins, more than 4 lakhs, 4.5 lakhs. I think in Khammam it crossed even 5 lakhs. As for the BJP could secure over 2 lakh majority in only 2 of the 8 seats it had won. One is Malkajgiri seat, where the BJP candidate Itala Rajender had won by over 3.91 lakh votes, and Bandi Sanjay, of course, had won by 2.6 lakh votes margin. The others were all, except for Nizamabad, which was around 1.3 lakhs. The other constituencies were less than 1 lakh. The victory margin. So that way, though the BJP had got 8 seats, its victory margins are smaller compared to the victory margins of Congress Party. And the Congress basically had established, you know, um, a definite superiority in the eastern sector. It had won 5 seats by over. If you translate that to the assembly segments, you would find that Congress is ahead in 64 seats. That's the number that it has got now in the current assembly. Though the seats may have shifted, some seats where it is now having an MLA, the BJP had won. For instance, Patancheru, the BJP had won, and there are other seats. But then 64 places, the Congress is in #1 position. In the if you take the assembly segments into account, the BJP is around 45, which means the BJP still has to have around 5% votes. And if you look at the vote percentage also, the Congress vote percent, it was 39.40% in the 2023 assembly elections when Revanth Reddy became the chief minister. Now it is 40.10, marginal increase, but then Congress held on to its same number of assembly seats. The BJP had gone up from 14% in 2023, where it had won 8 assembly seats, to 35%. So
Wow.
the BJP
Impressive.
has been growing.
Impressive.
Quite impressive. But then it had grown at the expense of BRS. The BRS, which had won around 39 seats in the 2023 assembly elections and polled around 37.35% votes. This time in the Lok Sabha, it got only 16.68%, which means it had dropped by half, and most of the votes, the Muslim votes of the BRS, have shifted to the Congress, and the Hindu votes apparently have shifted to the BJP. So naturally, the BJP has grown, but still, the difference between Congress and the BJP is 5%. The BJP has all 5 years in its command, 4 years, say, in its command to increase its voting percent by the 5 or 6% that it needs to win the seats. So it is in the first position in 45 seats. It had to win over 60 seats if it wants to form a government. So that way, the BJP is a growing party, undoubtedly. But then Congress is still ahead in the state as of now. Of course, the BRS is a sad story. The BRS, which won 39 assembly seats in 2023, had lost all the 17, could come second only in 2 Lok Sabha seats. One is Mehboobabaad, the other is Khammam, which are non-core BRS seats. BRS's core seat is Warangal, Karimnagar, Medak, so on and so forth. There the BRS came third. It is in Khammam and Mehboobabaad, which are non-core BRS seats, where it could come second. And if you count the assembly segment, the BRS could come first only in 3 constituencies. You'll be surprised. One of them is Dubak. The second one is 𝙥𝙑, which is now represented by former Chief Minister KCR. The third is Siddipet of Harish Rao, who is the nephew of KCR. He had won by a whisker. His victory margin is barely 2,000 votes. This is perhaps the first time after the BRS was formed that the BRS's winning margin was less than 60,000. Its lowest margin was 60,000. This time, it could win only by 2,000 votes. And even Sirsila constituency, represented by KTR, went for BJP. So BJP has an opportunity. It is now the second largest party with over 35% votes, but then it still has a long way to go in bridging the gap with the Congress, which is a significant 5% now. So how it will get those votes? Will the same story of Odisha, where the Congress votes have come down significantly and they've added to the BJP, happen in Telangana also? And if that happens, the fate of Congress votes in Odisha and the fate of BRS votes in Telangana appears to be same. If the BRS votes fall down further, then I think BJP stands a chance to actually make up this deficit of 5 to 6% vote and then emerge as a clear winner if this becomes a two-way contest by 2028. But I think the BRS is going to stay with some 7 to 10% vote in the days to come. The core vote of BRS is not going to go away that easily. So we have a similar kind of situation with Odisha. And mind you, like Odisha, the BJP does not have a face with statewide acceptance. But then, like in Odisha, where it did not have a face for its campaign, the Telangana also does not have a face in Telangana. As of now, Kishan Reddy is a popular leader. He has won many times. Etal Rajendra is a respectable leader. Bandi Sanjay is a swashbuckling young leader. Arvind is also very pugnacious kind of leader. But then you don't have a single face for the BJP, just as in case of Odisha. And we have to see how BJP overcomes this, and will it be able to replicate the Odisha model also needs to be seen.
Thank you, Raka Garu. Before we go, I have one theory, and tell me if this theory is actually seen on the ground. Many of the people were saying, why put Madhavi Latha ji in Hyderabad in a losing cause? She's a firebrand. She's able to recite Rudram just exactly the way it has to be recited. She's doing puja, arati, archana she can do. Go to any temple anywhere, she just picks it up and starts doing archana. Very impressive. That is not easy, viewers. So I used to wonder, why are they expending so much energy? Madhavi Latha ji was on national channel putting up a fight, fierce fight. I mean, so much so that Owaisi was forced to campaign door to door. See, my theory is the BJP party, at least I think, they knew that while she might lose in Hyderabad, she might help BJP get ahead in the adjoining constituencies in Telangana for the simple reason. Viewers, you have to understand what Telangana went through before it merged into the Union of India. I have friends of mine who have told me horror stories. The Razakars, raped, pillaged, plundered, set on fire anything and everything they could lay their hands on. Especially those people who were a little bit, landowners or a little bit better off people, because they felt that those are the people who will stock guns and food and other things. They went about pillaging all these things. That last 1 year, when they were, on a rampage, people have very bitter memories. I wonder, Raka Garu, and you are the man on the ground, you can agree with me or disagree with me, that effort that Madhaviji put there might have perhaps helped BJP in other places, because there are only 4. Now they have doubled it. Impressive, I should say.
So basically, had Madhavi Latha not contested from the old city, she would not have become the national cult figure that she is today. She's adored across the country only because she has taken on Owaisi. Had she contested from some seat like Khammam or Secunderabad or even Malkajgiri, nobody would have even bothered about Madhavi Latha. So Madhavi Latha's fame in a large measure is because she has taken on Owaisi, and in a seat which is and she was embroiled in a fight that is clearly insurmountable, in the sense that the demography is stacked against the Hindus in the old city of Hyderabad, the Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency. And second important thing to remember is she opted for Hyderabad. Sorry, she never opted for Secunderabad, Malkajgiri, or other Lok Sabha seats, she opted for Hyderabad. So we have to give it to her. She's a gutsy lady, and for the first time after 1983, I have seen a leader in Old City who would go to the bastions of Owaisi voters and then stand her ground and then try to prevent the rigging. There are at least 4 or 5 places where no other leader would have dared to go, but Madhavi Latha had shown the gumption to go to those places. And of course, she had even tried to verify if minors were voting, using the burqa, hijab, so on and so forth. Of course, she is now facing a case, but then somebody has to do it, and she has done it. Madhavi Latha surely is a gutsy lady, there's no doubt about it. But Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency, the demography itself is a sad story, because till 2009, Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency had huge portions of what today constitutes the Vikarabad Parigi Chevalla region. So Hindus were around 60% and Muslims were around 30%. The Congress used to put up a candidate, the BJP had its candidate, and Majlis candidate Sultan Salahuddin Owaisi, father of the current MP, he used to win by 60,000 votes, 70,000 votes. That was the only margin he used to get. But in 2009, during the period of 𝗼𝗚 Rajshekhar Reddy, this constituency has been gerrymandered. So what happened was, all those Hindu majority areas, the Reddy dominated belt, has been taken away, and Chevalla constituency was birthed. And the Hyderabad constituency, some parts of the Secunderabad were brought, and even Malkaji were brought and put in the Old City. So Old City today has only one assembly constituency where Hindus are in a majority. Even there, the demography is changing. And the third important factor that most people don't realize is that there is a steady migration of the Hindu population to
away from there. Yeah.
the new city of Hyderabad, which has never been recorded. There has been no proper assessment of how this internal displacement is taking. They still have their houses there because most of the land holdings are too small to be sold and too small to actually get a bank loan for buying, less than 80 square feet. So the houses are kept there, but the people have moved on into new places like LB Nagar, and all these places. These places very well, Sree. So this silent migration of the Hindus, we have actually made a count some time ago, some 7 or 8 years ago, where 18 temples they exist, but there are no devotees to go to those temples. As they say in a famous bhajan, Hindi bhajan, Mandir Suna ek Deva Bina. Without God, Mandir is zero. Deva Suna ek Bhakta Bina. God is zero if there is no Bhakta. So Mandir Suna ek Deva Bina, Deva Suna ek Bhakta Bina. This is happening in the Old City. We have counted about 18 such temples, and I visited some such temples where there are no Hindus nearby. And the temple lands are being used by Muslim boys to play cricket, and they object to the sound of the conch and the bells. They say it disturbs them. So this is happening in the Old City. This migration, on paper, you may have Hindu votes, but they have already moved to the newer cities. So the Hindu demography needs to be studied in detail. This migration patterns also need to be studied in detail for any credible fight in the Hyderabad Lok Sabha seats.
Raka Garu, what you are saying about one particular chief minister doing this kind of redistricting or gerrymandering, as a US term, to suit some population segments, this has been attempted by Mr. Karunanidhi also in Tamil Nadu. Chennai South was a place, perhaps the only place in the entire Tamil Nadu where the Brahmins were like 10 to 20%. He saw that this could become the crucial vote factor, and he used to hate them. I mean, hate is not a word I would use. It's like beyond that. And the party continues to do that. So in order to reduce that influence, he redrew the district maps of South Chennai. Now it has a very different vote. So now the percentage has come down 22 lakhs or 23 lakhs, and it is going to be delimited again. My humble request to the election commission: when you do this redistricting, don't let the state people tell you how to do it. You have to have a consistent yardstick across the country. 20 years down the road, somebody should be able to say, yeah, it was right. This is what the formula was. Because I am not happy, sir, personally, about the way they have gone about doing delimitation for Jammu and Kashmir also. The problem there is 1981 was the last census where the Kashmiri Hindus were also present. The cutoff line that they have used is actually 2011. So in that 30 years, yes, practically 5 lakh Hindus have vanished from Kashmir Valley. So when you see, the thing about this is, the person who did all this, I think, is N. Gopalaswamy, and you have to apply some mind. You know, you are trying to, you have got the chance to reset. 370 abrogation is a reset button, computer reset. At that time, yes, you should have taken into account what the Kashmiri Pandits were saying. Sir, 370 has benefited zero to the Kashmiri Hindus. Zero. So beyond a fact that a certain thing just went, nothing has changed. Now they have also got new rules that you cannot, if you are not a domicile of Jammu and Kashmir, you cannot buy land there. That limitation also has come in. I mean, we find new ways to screw ourselves up. That's all I can say. Anyway, so this is, we are going away from topic. Let's get back to Telangana.
In fact, there's one point. Even in case of sir, please go on. Please go on.
No. Go ahead, sir. I'm done. Yeah.
Even in case of Hyderabad, there are two significant swathes of land in the Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency where the Hindu voters are present in significant numbers, starting from Chandrababu Gutta to the Gaulipura area, the Sudha Hotel, Shali Badda and all this, and then there's a Jiaguda and all these areas in the Karwan constituency. There are two major swathes where the Hindu population lives. But during 2019, when the constituencies were new delimitation took place, the Hindu voters were distributed among 4 assembly constituencies in the old city, between Charminar, Chandrayana-Gutta, Bahadurpura, and then the other is Yakutpura. So what happens is the Hindu votes are insignificant, useless. They are not a political factor, electoral factor at all in these 4 constituencies, and these 4 constituencies have been returning only MIM candidates ever since. And prior to that, also the MIM was quite strong, but it was winning 4 seats, 5 seats. Now it has reached nearly 7 to 8 seats, and I would not be surprised if demographic change takes place in Jubilee Hills and Rajendra Nagar, and these 2 seats also in future, maybe 10 years down the line, they will be added to the MIM kitty. So had this Hindu belt been kept as a separate constituency, which is a continuum, actually it is an uninterrupted continuum of Hindu population starting from Chandrayana-Gutta up to Gaulipura. Had this been one constituency, at least there would have been one MLA who's a Hindu from the old city. This could have been done. I hope this is done at least now. If and when the next delimitation is taken up, and I think even the number of seats is going to go up across the country and also in Telangana. So you could very well see some more seats for MIM, but then if there is at least one seat where the Hindu MLA is returned to the assembly, I think he can voice the concerns of the Hindu community in those areas, the plight of the temples, the plight of the infrastructure, so on and so forth. Because there are places in old city of Hyderabad, where the MIM MLA has not set foot in 30 years. There are places where they haven't visited even once. The MLAs, there have been MLAs for 4 terms, 5 terms, but never visited these areas. So I think this inequality or imbalance needs to be addressed whenever the next delimitation is taken up. I think unless the constituency contours are redrawn, Hyderabad city is a lost case for the other parties. It is now an exclusive preserve of MIM.
Raka Garu, this is what I am hearing, bits and pieces. An election commission needs to come out with a white paper and clean up this mess. What I'm hearing is, see, whenever there is a voter, what do you call enumeration rolls, right? That exercise, when it is carried out, that is the ultimate one. From there, it is entered into the database, and from there, your voter card is recognized or not recognized. This time, looks like they have given it to contractors or private people. It's like it's not somebody like a government employee that was asked to go and do these things. First of all, some of the state government employees, their loyalties are not to their job, but to the party in power, which in itself is unfortunate. And second of all, when you give it to outsource it, that outsourced person, we don't know whether he has gone and sold his services to local parties. Then there could be some, because there are so many videos that came up. One family, 70 members in a Haveli, they are saying 15 of the names are gone and they have been replaced by Muslim names in Hyderabad constituency. Some rascal, some scoundrel has gone and systematically taken these things out.
Yes.
And this has repeated, sir, across India. It has repeated across India. And till today, I am yet to hear the election commissioner say a word about what was done here. I mean, their own guy, Annamalai, is screaming 1 lakh votes disappeared in Coimbatore. Hey, what the heck are you doing as a job? I mean, I'm very disappointed in some of these things. You can say BJP was complacent, arrogant, blah, blah, blah. But these are rules of the game. You know, you're going outside the boundary and claiming a catch at the 6.
Yes.
So let's go.
Problem here, the biggest problem here is the election commission at the lowest level, at the field level. There is a position called BLO, booth level officer. Booth level officer is the one who tracks the demographic changes and confirms the voters list, delivers the voter slips. So this booth level officer usually is handpicked by the most powerful political party of the area. Usually he is in cahoots with the political party. The booth level officer in my locality, he used to owe his allegiance to one party till recently, and now that assembly elections are over, new government has come into force, his allegiance has changed, his loyalty has changed. So these people are pliable, and it is these people at the ground level who are operating, including. So there has to be an overhaul. And secondly, the district administration actually does all these enumeration at the insistence of the election commission, and they work usually under the pulls and pressures of the ruling party. So this has been a factor. The voter and the voters awareness also needs to be increased, and they must be made to, since online things have come, they can verify, they can actually see if their name is figuring in the list or not. These things are not being done. The political parties have stopped working for the recruitment and to ensure that the votes of their supporters are not deleted. So this is an important task that the political parties have to play. And I think till about 90s, this used to happen, at least in Telangana, where the parties used to look at whose name is deleted. In fact, in 2014, 2019, the Andhra part, you had seen, the YSRCP and TDP engage in a spree of re-including the names of deleted voters of their votes of their supporters. For example, someone 5,000 people are YSRCP supporters, their names have been removed. Again, through online application and through other means, they would apply. And this same way, the TDP names used to disappear and they used to be re-included. And this needs to happen. This constant vigil on the voters list, one, and secondly, constant addition of voters and deletion of the people who die, and this has to happen. The parties have to do a cross check and alert the election commission. I think political parties have stopped taking interest in the electoral roles basically. So for them, election time campaign is the only thing they're doing. But then I think continuous and constant monitoring of the voters list, the names that are getting deleted, at the ground level, I think the political activists at the ground level, the booth level, have a big role to play. And the BLOs need to be sensitized to work so that they work unaffiliated to any political party or uninfluenced by any political party. So this is at the root of the problem, Sriji.
Thank you so much, Raka Garu. A few questions from our viewers for you, sir. First question is Shyam Tarunji. Rakaji, what is the future of BRS?
Well, BRS is staring at a very bleak future. All its hopes are now pinned on the local body elections. The local body, the panchayat, the MPTs, mandal level elections, the Jilla level elections, and the municipal elections, and the mayoral elections, the corporation elections. I think its basic infrastructure, it has now come back to its starting point. Around 9 to 12% is its core vote, and this time it got around 16% vote. So it needs to preserve that vote bank to stay relevant. And already 6 or 7 of its MLAs have lapsed into the Congress. They have joined Congress party, and this is a trick that YSR used in 2004, and KCR himself used it during his 10-year stint, and the Congress is also doing the same thing. So the moment it loses an MLA, it loses a significant chunk of its organizational infrastructure also. So how it performs in the local body elections, which are already overdue, I think they would be held in phases. So how it performs is a very interesting thing. So a lot of its hopes are hinged on these local body elections, and if the BRS further slips, then I think the party would essentially go the JDS way, Janata Dal secular way, just a family party of a few leaders. Already, if you look at the number of seats it had won only 3 seats. It had lost even KTR's seat, Silsila, in the segment in the latest Lok Sabha election. So that way, TRS is looking at very uncertain future, and it doesn't seem to have any new idea to go to the people as of now. KCR also appears to have lost his Midas touch, so to say.
Next one, please. Nangat Ranga wants to know, though it is still early days, what are your views on how CBN government has started? This is the first time in power for Pawan Kalyan. Videos on social media show him talking sensibly. Your views, sir?
So Pawan Kalyan is a big surprise, sir. Actually, he appears to be quite serious about politics, and he has tasted success. And his body language, his symbolism, they're all oozing new energy. This is the very significant thing in Andhra politics. Pawan Kalyan is now on a Varahi Mata Puja for the last 9 days. He's taking only liquid diet, and he's holding review meetings, quite active. And yesterday, he even told his producers to wait for 3 months till he gets some time to shoot and complete the shooting of the outstanding films. So incomplete films. So that way, Pawan Kalyan is a big surprise to me, and he appears to be making the right noises as of now. And Chandrababu government, as far as Chandrababu government is concerned, Chandrababu's administrative acumen, his ability to control the administration, his ability to deliver beyond question. He's a very significant leader who has been around for over 40 years in this, starting from 1980s. So he has been close to power, either in or out, but then in Congress, in TDP, whichever party, with BJP, without BJP, but he has been around. So quite powerful presence. But then the state has too many challenges, and they've made too many promises, which again are difficult to fulfill. So um, I think he's still setting the house in order. He's trying to find out the areas where the past government had gone horribly wrong, and then set all those things right. And then I think the administration had to be brought back on rails, which I think a lot of changes are happening in Andhra. And I think we need to give 5 or 6 more months to Chandrababu Naidu, and then only expect him to do something, sir. But Pawan Kalyan is a big surprise to me, because I've never considered him a serious politician, but now he's not only serious, he's quite open about few things. Recently, Vishwa Hindu Parishad leaders met him, and he was quite forthright about the plight of Hindus and all that. I'm told, though nothing has come out in papers, but the Vishwa Hindu Parishad people were very happy after meeting Pawan Kalyan. So the Pawan Kalyan is the man to watch in Andhra as of now. He has the backing of the strongest political community numerically in the state, and he has tasted power. Chandrababu Naidu, of course, is a powerful leader, but then Pawan is the man to watch in days to come.
Next question, please. Ravi Pragya wants to know, Rakaji, what happened to the fake Amit Shah video from Gandhi Bhavan? Anyone arrested? I think we explained this, Raviji. I think we have already talked about this. Next one, please. Dharmaraju Sanatana, thank you so much. Rakaji is whom Modi said, if I spend 10 days with you, I learn Telugu. Rakaji also wittily translated back in Hindi. We Raka fans felt happy for him. Tell us what happened, sir.
Oh, from 2018, sir, I've been fortunate in getting opportunities to translate Narendra Modi's speeches. Till now, I have translated some in public meetings. Some of them non-electoral, and some of them this time around during the elections. I have done 4 translations of 4 of his speeches, uh, and translating Narendra Modi is a great experience because of his cogency of thought, coherence of thought, and the way the speech is formatted, the way the speech is actually the crescendo, and uh, if you look at the way he speaks, many times you tend to feel that stop translating and just listen to this man. Such clarity of thought and such felicity of expression. Of course, Hindi is not his mother tongue. He's speaking
Yes.
a foreign tongue. Basically, he's a Gujarati, but then speaks wonderfully. And during one such speeches, he said, he appreciated the way I translated. Uh, I think the basic reason for of success or failure of a translation is to um, use as little words as possible. Never add more to what Modi ji or the original source language speaker says. So I stuck to those principles, and he appreciated it, and I consider it an honor. And this is a memory that would stay with me forever, sir. And he, in one speech, he appreciated the way I translated. So after that, also I was
Wonderful, sir.
fortunate to have translated him 3 more times, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Next one, please. Dharmaraj Sanatana ji, बहुत बहुत नमस्कार आपको. Thank you so much, Andy. Ramayan 4.18.33. Ram says to Vali, if ruler doesn't punish sinner, the latter sin impacts ruler too. Why PM not punishing five makkars, panch makkars? Along with destruction of country, the sins accumulate to him too.
Yeah, I think this question applies to is directed not just against me. Even I think Sree can reply. I think my personal take on this is what we classify as Panchamakas have some democratic rights. There was no democracy during the period of Lord Rama. He could punish anyone he wants according to, of course, the rules laid out at that point in time, and with the kind of systems in place, I think the the ultimate arbiters who can dispense justice in democracy are the voters, more than the administrative system, the legal system. It is the voters who have the ability to punish the erring leaders, or the corrupt leaders, or the casteist, or the panchamakas that you have used. The biggest problem is the voters in this country need to be further sensitized. They are sensitized. They are now aware of their duties, but then more needs to be done. I think the political parties, if any political activist or a political party wants someone to get punished, the best way to punish him is in the court of the people's court. The legal process, of course, it takes years. By the time the verdict comes out, much water would have flown in Tungabhadra. So my personal take on this is the voters' awareness. Political parties have to work at the ground, and this is the only way to defeat the Panchamakas. We have done it. The Panchamakas have been defeated in West Bengal. The Panchamakas are on the verge of getting finished in lot of places like Telangana, a lot of Odisha and other places. But then I think the people need to be sent. The voters have a bigger responsibility. This is what I feel. I think Sree may add.
Oh, I'm completely in agreement with you, sir. I'm completely in agreement with you. I keep emphasizing, do not vote with your heart, vote with your head. Don't vote with your heart. Don't do that. Next question, please. Srinivas MS, thank you so much. In the age of 24/7 information, how can people get fooled by fake videos? While Congress played dirty and populist game, BJP was and continues to be arrogant, countering them. Why is Amit Malviya still in job?
Oh, that's not for me to answer this question.
Me neither.
As far as the tactics are concerned, I think BJP will surely learn its lessons this time, because I can give you one analogy. 2009 was the first time when social media was used in Indian context. 𝗖𝗂𝘅 started the blog, and then he started most political leaders started having Facebook pages, so on and so forth. It was essentially Facebook was introduced in India in 2009. So it was an innovative idea at that point in time, but then the Congress party got better of the BJP, and the BJP in the next 4-5 years, from the 2009 to 2014, we only look at the Narendra Modi factor, but we don't look at the contribution of both Nitin Gadkari as well as Rajnath Singh in cobbling up, alliances across the country, bringing new communities into the BJP fold, the electoral bank of BJP, and then the kind of work that they have done in various states, and the way they have chosen Narendra Modi as the leader. I think this course correction was done in 2014, both politically, strategy-wise, tactic-wise, and social media became a very powerful tool in 2014. 2014 was a Facebook election, 2019 was a WhatsApp election, and 2024 is a YouTube election in Indian context. So I think the BJP will have to learn its lessons in uh, the video that you're talking, the video that has done the maximum damage is a YouTube video. It's another matter that the clips have appeared in other social media formats. Of course, nobody in rural UP would watch a Twitter, clip. So the way they have, the Congress got better of it, and Congress started using social media from 2019. I read somewhere in the newspaper during 2019 elections, the Congress started collecting the data. Of course, the Cambridge Analytica was there, a lot of other things were there, but then it started collecting the data and it exploited the data to the optimum levels by 2024, and it got the benefit. Of course, from 50 seats, it went up to 99, and it was able to bring down BJP's tally from 272, 303 to the current number.
240.
Mahua Moitala's famous one seat for 63, so on and so forth. But then I think the BJP will have to learn its lessons on not just social media, but also on ground level dissemination of information, because this is the age where TV channels and newspapers have become irrelevant. It is the digital media that needs to be looked at, and I think the coming days you would find a lot of AI related, fake video related material, which will try to, this is nothing but the Indrajit Yuddha of Ram Ravana war. So I think the BJP has to learn the lessons and get prepared for 2029, and more importantly for the 5 states which will go to elections by the end of this year.
Next question, please. Full Metal Heart, thank you so much. Sir, Annamalai, 3 months to Oxford. He needs to create a proxy party in Tamil Hindu name. With Dravida, BJP can't sell its name. Vote share will drop.
Well, I'm afraid I do not agree with you, sir. The same was said in Odisha. The same was said in Karnataka. The same was said in Kerala. But then the Hindutva ideology, the BJP ideology is actually taking roots. And in Tamil Nadu also, you should not look at the seat tally. You should look at the vote tally, that the BJP could go beyond 10% on its own. And in some parts, I think the South Tamil Nadu, there are some places where it went even up to 18 to 20%, which is a very remarkable achievement. And I think the parties grow only slowly, sir. This is the way. There is a very famous Sanskrit shloka. I don't know whether you have heard this. Shanair Pantha, Shanair Kantha, Shanair Parvata Mastakai, Shanair Vidya, Shanair Vittam, Panchaitani Shanai Shanai. There are 5 things that have to be done slowly. It hasn't, but slowly. One is Pantha, long distance walking. Kantha, when you want to weave a kambali or a blanket. Then Parvata Mastaka, when you want to climb up, it has to be always slow because you would run short of your breath. Then Shanair Vidya, Shanair Vittam. I only hope that BJP learns its lessons fast, not Shanai Shanai. But I think this is the way parties built up, and I think I see bright future for BJP in Tamil Nadu. There is no reason for other parties, and Annamalai's success is not because of Annamalai. It is also in a major part because of the infrastructural support, the ideological support, the organizational support of the BJP. Otherwise, Annamalai would have ended like other political leaders in Tamil Nadu, like Sriman, so on and so forth.
Thank you so much, sir. Next question, please. Last 2 questions, sir. Srinivas MS, thank you so much. Last 10 years, BJP was full on with Muslim appeasement. Do you think Hindus are getting disillusioned with BJP for not addressing their issues? BJP only seems to make noise during elections.
I do not think this is right, sir. So there is, if there is any political party that has not appeased Muslims for votes, it is BJP. It is not an iota of doubt about it. What are the Hindu causes that we are talking about? There is no consensus about what Hindus want here, want in India. Can anyone spell out what are the Hindu demands? Hindu demands change from state to state. Hindu demands change from region to region. If in Himachal, protecting polyandry is considered a part of protecting the culture, can it be applied to the whole country? So, sir, there are few general Hindu demands. I do not really understand this Hindu, demands and all that, because to me, India as a nation is, of course, this is my personal opinion. You can differ with it. There is nothing like appeasing Muslims, and there should be no appeasement of Muslims. Had BJP appeased Muslims, it would have won some from 8, it would have progressed to at least 10 or 11% Muslim support. The 8% Muslims who are supporting BJP are supporting, in spite of all the calumny, all the misinformation. 8% Muslims are with BJP, according to the CSDS survey, which has come out. And if you believe that survey. So I do not really, what is Hindu cause? The Hindu cause in Maharashtra is different from Hindu cause in Andhra Pradesh. Unfortunate thing is, what is the common agenda of Hindus? The concept of temple in Eastern India is different from the concept of temple in South India. So, of course, it's a very debatable point that we cannot come to sweeping generalizations of that sort. You may not agree with me, sir, but then your anger is understandable. But I don't really think BJP has pandered to the Muslims.
Next one, please. Full Metal Heart, thank you so much. Sir, don't you think Islam reduces after 20 years cause reduced importance of oil money, coming of age of AI, space, robotics, mullahs having no control in social media?
Sir, Islam is a different religion, sir. Much before the oil had come, it was a potent religio-political force. Oil had come only after 70s, but Islam had swept the whole world, and almost half of the world was conquered, and most of these crusades and jihads were fought in Europe long before oil was discovered. So I think we need to understand the nature of the nature of political Islam per se, and this has nothing to do with what you have. Afghanistan is perhaps one of the poorest country with no resources, but the fight is still on in the name of Islam, and the groups are killing each other in the name of Islam. So I think this political ideology doesn't need the props like social media, oil money, petrodollars, or even the paraphernalia that comes with it. This is a political philosophy, political ideology. The political Islam needs to be understood in its right earnest. And if you have noticed, in the 50s, in the 60s, till the Iranian revolution, there was a fight between the moderate, progressive leadership in Islam with the the fundamentalist version. It happened in all countries, and during Ayub Khan in Pakistan, even in Pakistan, which swore by jihad, they were much more progressive during Ayub Khan's regime rather than Jia's regime. So Islam needs to be studied in detail, and we cannot come to sweeping generalizations that petro money or some social media can either further its cause or decrease its impact. It's a political ideology that needs to be understood in its full form.
Thank you so much, sir, and a wonderful session. And viewers, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did listening to Raka Garu and his vast experience. We'll be back again with him on Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll talk about a more contemporary topic next week. Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar. Thank you.